my company.
Yeah. Oh, but then there you go. When I did a plug, not even doing a plug. You know?
But no, man.
Don't worry. You'll get an invoice from my
My attorney. Attorney.
We got it taken care of. We about making money right here, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
What projects, are there any particular projects that you got?
What's the most exciting?
That excites you?
Yeah.
So here's the fun part. I can't tell you about it.
Nice.
Right?
Like that,
No, so here's the thing.
Explain why.
Here's the reason why, right? So we're like the secret sauce for a lot of our folks when it comes to funding their projects. So there's high level confidentiality that's regarded with the different projects we work with. But I can tell you that we are behind a lot of iconic big projects, not just here in North Texas, but across the states and some globally big projects that we're excited about. Quite frankly, I surprise my wife all the time with like, yeah, I'm on a Zoom call or a call with such and such, and she's like, man, how in the world, yeah, you just can't. Sometimes you can't believe who you get to talk to with some of these different projects. But at the end of the day, it's more like an invite, type of thing. There's been a lot of things that's been happening in the private banking world. But we're just excited to, get behind certain things. So if you guys come up with an idea, the next, $1 billion idea,
yeah, they got ideas.
Together.
The ideas are not the problem.
No, they're not. They're
Ideas.
okay. So maybe once the camera goes off, we can.
For sure. Have y'all been a part of any schools or anything? I know you can't really speak, but been on the
Education side. Yeah. So it's interesting. So I'll give you a model on. I can't talk about this specific school, but there's some schools that operate on a global level. And they're expanding, and what's happening is we have a real estate development company that is buying up properties, but they've also partnered with a school that is growing at the same time, so they're doing that lease, that triple net lease, so they already have a long-term tenant in each one of the properties that they're going after.
That's
right
nice.
So it's like a combined deal. So they already know that the school wants to be in this market. Okay, we're going to buy the property,
And
build
develop.
it, fix it up for whatever, and then you become the long-term lease, but on the back end 5-7 years down the line, they're going to end up selling the property and making their profit and move on
Right.
to the next thing. So that is a model as far as what we see. So it is education, and it's helping push the envelope on education, but it's still your traditional real estate deal,
Yep.
that's on the back end, right?
What if I ask you, what is McDonald's known for? McDonald's?
Yeah.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
No, that's not their business model.
Real estate is
Right.
what they do. It's real estate company. Absolutely. The actual fast food retailer is just the face. Yes. Right. Owning the actual plots and subleasing out is actually how the company is profitable.
Quite frankly, it's the same exact model.
Yeah.
It's the same exact model. They're just
cutting
taking
it and then
yeah.
adding your sauce to it.
Right.
Like a franchise.
I'm obviously going to have to do some more research into that alone,
Yeah.
just to get started.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But so there's a lot of like the structure of the business that you guys are involved with, like understanding how where the real money comes from.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
That's really important to realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the smoke is not where the money is.
Right.
Where the individual is quiet is where the real capital is being made.
Right.
And understanding where you are in that position and where your power is, open up doors. What actually got us really into it was work with individuals that had X amount of capital that saw the benefits of decreasing their taxable debt. So once you do that, it puts you in a circle, and the bigger your circle is, the more information you have. We are very, very strong on empowering people. Once again, I'm gonna say it. We're not here to make money off of you, it's with you.
Right.
So so let's speak about ideas. Ideas are great, but we're past ideas, right? We're in a position where we want to get to fruition. What's more important, ownership or control, right? A lot of people enter into business not realizing that an acquisition may be the quickest way to achieve whatever goal that they have set for themselves. So we just want to shift the paradigm of black business and kind of open up doors.
Right. Absolutely. That's,
Yep.
well, there's a sorry, I don't cut you off, but it seems to me that there's not even notice I'm not.
What?
You're not
Hold on,
black?
bro. What do y'all got me drinking?
Seriously?
Headband, baby. Just the headband.
Wow. Whoa.
Even from my perspective, growing up, no offense to my dad, but we were poor, and growing up in the South, relatively poor. Just coming from that perspective, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, a lot of mechanics of how businesses run, finance, capital is run, that I don't feel like I was ever
Exposed.
aware of, never exposed to.
No.
It was, there's
No.
like
Definitely didn't get in
there's a
school.
secret sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not getting in school.
Oh yeah.
And unless you knew somebody,
Exactly.
or you had a parent or an uncle or somebody who was involved in that, which I'm not, like you never hear about that stuff.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that, like I'm sure I had some opportunities that other people probably didn't have. So I can just imagine that is a huge lack in certain
yeah.
communities.
Oh yeah.
That
I mean, but
just don't have access to that
Yeah.
knowledge.
Access
Right.
to information.
Information.
it's socioeconomic.
Yeah.
Period. Plus,
Right.
the lenders need borrowers. I don't want all the borrowers to be lenders. It's
Yeah.
like-
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, you're 100% on it, man. Like, at the end of the day, the separation that causes the wide gap is just purely information.
Right. So there's a
That's-
information arbitration.
Yeah, that's really what it is,
Which
So,
I'm still trying to find.
I got some advice from someone. They said it's 4 things. You know what you know.
mm-hmm,
You know what you don't know.
mm-hmm,
You don't know what you don't.
mm-hmm.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Right.
All
So if you have no idea that it even exists,
Yep.
how do you even know to go look for it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And on the flip side, if you have access to all this, you're gonna have a huge advantage over people that
Right.
don't even know it's there.
Right.
Right.
I have a theory. You guys probably are much deeper into the banking and financial business than I am. But I have a theory that there are some institutional things out there where people have sort of rigged the game, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
where the capital is and necessarily where the smoke is.
Right.
Mhm.
And I feel like there are some institutions out there that intentionally kind of set this up. That here's the gold here, but that gold is really just an illusion. The real gold is over here somewhere locked down.
Full goal.
Sure.
I can tell you one of the many times in my financial history where I had a paradigm shift was I was in my office working on my P&L and payroll is a line item.
Right.
Owner of the bank walked in and said, tell you something. You realize this is baked into this, right? What do you mean? He said, well, our payroll 100% comes from banking fees and charges. So you know anything about business, right? That's pretty much giving you, you come with house money at that point, right? Whatever your business and your line is, that budgetary item, that's your line. Because you have human capital, which is sustained by that budget, which doesn't even come out. So when we speak about other things, how things set up, yeah, it's a lot going on in the back end that we're not privy to, and it's by design. Because if you knew that, you would dispute certain things, you would enter into it. People don't know somebody that I always look every week about, right? You get anything in mind. If you knew these things, you probably wouldn't get the system. So we're in a position now where we can say, hey, you go the traditional route, right? We're happy for you. But there are alternatives out there. Anyone, every deal is right. It makes sense.
So I'm sitting here. Maybe it's the good drink.
Screwball.
The screwball that got So I'm having a little feeling on the inside. I don't know if it's if it's the spirit or the screwball. I don't know. But your theory is not a theory. It's a fact, right? So I'm thinking about we could play a quick little insight game right now. Mark, pull up
position in a publicly traded corporation via stock.
Reread that.
It represents an ownership position
Mhm.
in a publicly traded corporation via stock.
Okay. Now, we all have something that we get from the time that we're born.
Yes.
What is that
Your
called?
Social Security.
What is a and what,
Oh God.
yeah.
Oh God.
So you thought that was something about security. Being secure.
So what?
That's
So,
what I
so
was
let,
thought.
let me ask you.
Security.
Let me ask you a quick question. This is just on the banking world.
Yeah, right. yeah.
Read that definition again.
All right. So with that line, and so it represents the ownership position in a publicly traded corporation. Yes.
Now, with your social security card, have you ever read the back of it? Okay. Yeah. So when you get a chance, when you get it again, when you go back home, read the back of it again.
Read the back of your Social Security.
Read the back of it again,
Read
and
the back of
then
your Social
I'll
Security.
ask
Read
you,
the back.
then I'll ask you this one question: if you truly own something, can it be taken away from you?
If you truly own it,
Yeah. Can
truly.
if you truly outright own it, can it be taken
It
away?
can. It depends on what
It
it
can be
is.
stolen.
It
Can it be
does-
just like somebody just say, you know what, I want this back right now?
No. You can defend it. You can defend that.
Okay. All right. Just when y'all get a chance, when you get a chance, read the back of it and just read that.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna spill it all out right here. I'm just gonna give you
Good, bro.
give you a chance. Just know that it tells you that
You ain't your own.
they can take it back at any time.
Wow. Listen, the fact
They can take it back at any time.
Yes. You thought it was referring to like securing something, and then you realize it's just something.
Right? Can you
It's a financial
let
instrument.
me with the money in your pocket? Are you supposed to laminate that? No. Okay. With your security, no, your social security card. You're not supposed to laminate that, right? Why is that? Based on the definition. What is it?
Jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go that deep with y'all. It's a drink, man.
Run that back. Run that back. Run that back.
Yeah, go ahead and take a sip.
We getting deep, y'all. We getting deep, y'all.
All right. So what's the negotiation piece to it? Is there a negotiation? Really?
There is, but that
And what-
requires a whole lot of digging that we don't have time for on here.
Right.
But just know that at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
based off what you were saying just a little bit earlier, at the end of the day, everybody, it's imperative that you know the rules of the game that you're in. Period.
Yep.
Right. A lot of the stuff that we operate in, a lot of stuff is sitting right in front of our face. We just don't know it. And that was the point of me showing that to you guys.
Yeah.
Like you've had this for years, but never really even paid attention to
At
it,
all.
right?
Not
Taking it
at
for
all.
granted. It's just something that you do. It's
It
out of
is what
routine
it is.
because
Yep.
that's what we normally do, right?
Right.
So it's learned behavior, right?
Yep.
So that's why we're saying, okay, what we do is we have to do a paradigm shift, and it's
Yep.
an education
Yep.
moment that comes when it comes to funding these projects, because there's ways to go out and create the capital for your different projects if you really knew the game. If you know what's going on the back end and all that kind of stuff, but it just requires you to say, you know what, I know everybody's doing this, but let me ask why we're doing this, right? Why? A simple thing. Why do I put my money into a 401k?
Yeah.
No,
We-
I mean, let me ask why. But they tell us for certain reasons, but
Learn behavior.
just learn behavior.
Yep.
When you get to work, they hand you
Yeah,
certain
automatic.
things.
Like, of course you're gonna put it in a 401k.
Like what's happening to me right now, you had money somewhere else that was coming from the employer, and they're rolling it for 401k, whether you want it to be there.
Where
or
do
not.
you want it to be or not?
So you have to ask yourself,
Right.
when was it
Created.
and why?
And
Right,
So once
Yeah.
you start getting to the ends and why,
right.
your perception of what
401k made money.
Not making money for you.
Yeah, no.
It's not.
well,
It's,
the two companies, right?
yeah, the companies. I mean, they're gonna always if they're controlling your capital,
the custodian.
yeah, they're gonna constantly charge you fees regardless of if it's going up or going down.
Like the bank.
Right.
Right.
But it's just really just understanding money and rules of money, right?
Yeah.
So, Rule 72. What's Rule 72? Terrence?
What's Rule 72?
Come on, give me one.
Oh, Rule 72.
So Rule 72.
No, go ahead, guys.
So-
Back into it.
So Rule 72 is a simple investment rule. Like if you get into investing,
Right.
this is a typical rule that at the very beginning that you want to look at
Based in time.
based in time. So
Based in time.
72.
The return on investment.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
looking at your
Yeah,
return
yeah,
investment.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you take the number 72
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you divide it by the interest that you're supposed to be earning on your
Okay.
investment.
4,
So
5,
if you're getting 10% on your investment, it's going to take you roughly 7 years to double
It's
your money,
levers, you know.
right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So-
Imagine the scale. It's
Mhm.
levers.
Yeah, it's
The more you put here,
Right.
the faster this is going to go.
It's,
That's
it's,
where you
it's
go
the
up.
it's the knobs and levers of the.
Knobs
Okay,
and levers,
gotcha.
right? So on Rule 72, so if you're looking at trying to double your money as an investor, you want to say, okay, what's the interest rate? Okay, the reason why they say, oh, we're doing double-digit
Mhm.
investments or double-digit returns
It's
is
important.
because they know that you can double your return
Right.
in a shorter amount of time span
Right.
because of compound money.
Right.
Mhm.
But it-
Compound interest.
Compound interest,
Yeah,
right?
Compound interest.
So
right.
compound interest doubles your money. But if you're sitting into 401k, now you're hands off. Most people can even read
Right.
or understand what's going on in that
Yeah,
thing.
that's fact.
But your average is anywhere from 3 to 8%, but most times it's around like 5%.
Yeah,
Right.
3 to 7 is the
Yeah,
historical.
so
And that is extremely
generous, right? So let's say you're sitting at that range. How long is it going to take for you to double your money?
Right.
Oh,
So
it's
that-
going to take a heck of a lot
so
longer.
that-
Right. And so
that's the rule. Yeah.
now we
Yeah,
go
that's the
to
rule.
say, okay, well, how's the money growing into it? It's
Right.
growing into it's in a variable market. So market's going up and down, up and down.
Yep.
Well, we know that all markets have cycles.
So, let's. How many people have 401ks don't even realize it's actually your money in the market?
Literally, that's it.
Yeah,
Right.
you know. So
You're like,
That's
oh,
it.
I mean, that took me a long time to realize.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I finally
So
figured it out.
I think y'all don't got 401ks.
No, I ain't got no
it's
four.
just somebody else controlling it.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
The investment.
So so like I had an IRA,
Right.
and now, I mean, we're not trying to turn this into a financial advisor
Yeah.
podcast.
Not financial
By the
advisors.
way, folks, we're not financial advisors.
Right.
We
Thank you.
talk about
Thank
what
you.
we do. That's it.
we
But-
are just informed on information.
But like I have an IRA that I was using to offset taxes.
Mhm.
That was my main purpose.
Mhm.
But once I realized that was that money's not making anything with the people who are running it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
Like-
why? You know why? Because they have relationships and contracts with. So that
Yeah.
their interest is to keep you where you are
Yep.
because I'm going to get fees off of you.
Right.
It's not really to make you rich or give you security
Yep.
because
Yeah.
then you wouldn't need me.
Right.
The objective is for me to keep you in this slow cycle,
Right.
right?
And keep you happy.
Yes.
See a little
Yeah, they want you to see. That's why. So I've got one that's through a company that
Get out.
suffice to say. Well, I took about 80% of what I had with them away from them
Attaboy.
already.
Hey.
But I'm kind of hedging a little bit. Like,
Okay.
but I noticed, and this is why they're probably going to lose the rest of it. But I noticed that they send out these little emails and statements and things,
Yeah.
and the statements almost always show a growth.
Yes.
But when I go and look,
No.
like when I go and analyze it, when I go in and
When you look
pull
at the,
those
when you
numbers
look at the
out,
bar graph year to date, you're like, wait a minute.
yeah. So I
I'm
started.
actually trending.
Yeah.
back.
Started about 3 years ago.
Inflation, right?
No.
Right. That's 3 or 4 years ago, I started pulling stuff out. Yeah, we ain't even talked about inflation yet.
Your effective.
Right.
Yeah.
Effective.
Rate of
My
return.
effective rate of
Value
return on
of
that
your
is basically going down
Right.
with those guys because, but they're telling me,
Yep.
well, it's going up.
Because you're in a group, right?
Yeah, it's in a group. Yeah.
You understand that, right?
Right.
And a lot of people that have 401ks don't realize that.
Right.
You're
They're in a group.
right?
Yeah.
So the growth is some you, but maybe more the
Right.
entire body.
Well, and it's also, it's like it depends on where they measure for. That's the other thing I realized. What it was weird to me, and maybe you guys can explain.
The timing of.
But it's like you know, if they measure it from yesterday to today, it might be like that.
Yeah, well, it depends on the
But
market.
but then the next time it's like well,
Where you at? It's like,
next time it's like, well, your growth rate was this, and it's like, but you're measuring it from this day when it was bad to this day when it was good.
exactly.
Like, how do you? It seems like it's a flexible.
At the end of the day,
Well,
Like, the only thing I care about is I want to see the
yeah.
total value go
Exactly.
up, and it needs to
As
go
long as
up,
that
like you
goes
say,
up,
more than
you're-
inflation.
most
Right.
But
but at the end of the day, what the whole thing is meant to do is just keep you frozen, and because do you really understand all the legal language that or all
Oh,
the
hell
language
no.
that's put into that stuff, right?
not
Do
even.
Did
you?
you even take the time to read all
Do you?
of it?
You're right. Do you- and that's-
Well,
Most
I'm a big geeky nerd, so
Yeah.
yeah. I
So,
probably
but
did.
also,
Yeah.
do you know do you know all of the companies that are being put into it, right?
Yeah. Well, on most of it now I do, but
Yeah, but
now.
that's at this point. But a
Yeah.
lot of people don't even look
Yeah,
to
they
see,
don't.
well, where are you
Yeah.
dumping my money?
well, so the one company, man, y'all didn't even know you were getting into this.
Nah, we do.
The one company that I'm not gonna name a name, but like what they did was they put and this was recommended by somebody who I thought knew something about money,
I mean,
which is another lesson
this is what I
learned.
learned about people in that industry, right? They're gonna sell what they know.
Right?
Well, no, this
Because
was
they
a
gotta pay
CEO
their
that.
bills. They're
Yeah.
trained. They're trained
like
to make
just on the products within that company
Yeah.
to be able to sell
Yeah.
what it is. And I mean no disrespect to anybody. Everybody
No.
got to live,
no doubt.
but
Right.
you're trained to sell products within a certain market that you're controlled on.
Like
That's
even
right.
Dave Ramsey, he's a salesman.
He
Yeah.
it.
Buy,
Come on.
buy
He's-
time,
Let's do it.
He's a pretty darn good.
buy time
Absolutely.
makes a difference.
He's
right? That's
a
what
good
selling.
salesman.
But on in his own
Yeah.
account, his own portfolio, he's got everything under the sun.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's selling, and people are buying, and he's
So
making
yeah.
money. That's how he feeds his family.
Right.
People don't realize that.
Right.
Yeah.
And nothing against anybody who's making the money on it, but like
Yeah,
you got to realize that these
option.
And that's the point.
yeah, right. There's options. There's options that you are not getting told about.
Exactly.
Right.
Now I'm wearing a headband. I'm the crazy guy up in
So
here.
how do y'all feel
But-
about blockchain?
No, but
We love it.
Freeing option.
another option.
Now,
So, Mark, let me ask you this:
Yes, sir.
when you got into the league, how
Yeah.
much information they tell you about your 401k when you got into it?
They sent me that big pack of paper.
Right.
And
It's
then-
about-
and
it's
then
about
I
this
said,
tall?
Oh, okay. We had 1,112. Oh, it went up a little bit.
Oh,
cool.
and he riding on that
Yeah,
high
that's
too.
cool.
Been in
Yeah.
the NFL.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But
But
like
all the other
Okay.
90 pages beneath it, like
Yeah.
I had never even looked at. Like,
Right.
I-
So there it goes. Right. And quite frankly, the rules for 401ks for those in the league are complete. You know,
Yeah.
so I've diverted back to sports.
yeah.
you're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah. So
larger chunks of money.
larger chunks of money. So
People that aren't
your
looking at
access to
It's
that
even minimal.
is more
It's even
it's
more
minimal.
Yeah. And so I cannot. So with I was able to. I did have another 401 traditional
Tradition,
where I
right.
could say, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this.
Right.
NFL, I can only say large cap, mid cap, international. Like
That's it.
I have no
Ah,
idea what's
see,
in those
Can
funds.
you
I did not know
access
that.
your account?
That's crazy.
Can you? No. Exactly.
Oh,
So
that's
just like
crazy.
for
Yeah.
our normal 401ks,
Right.
That's crazy.
we can still access. You
Yeah,
can't
I
access
can't.
it, right?
I can't.
That's
Like,
crazy.
You
I wanna-
literally
I wanna
cannot
take
go
this-
and get that money.
I want to. Actually, I want to buy some more Ripple.
So
XRP.
I was gonna
Guess what?
I was gonna hint that you guys were saying that somebody's trying to keep you
I'm
down,
gonna tell you.
but no, I mean you just that's
So
just
guess,
it.
so guess what?
Like, there's no doubt.
Do you know what the bottom
That's why I
line of
said
that
your
is?
statement was a
Yeah.
fact, not a theory or anything like that.
The bottom line of that is compound interest.
Right.
They won't allow
Right.
him to move that because
It's got so much value because he got into the league at what age?
I mean, I had
But it's
7 years of growth.
Yeah, but still, but you got
was
in.
enough
It's
to
the age
put
that
a
you got
nice-
in because that's the value of the compound interest.
Right.
all the way up.
and
to
it's
the
not
point.
just
Oh, you
his,
said- yeah,
not just his.
Yeah.
It's a collective thing.
right.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's
how much
there's
money
somebody's
is being
getting
made off of that.
Yeah.
That's the
Exactly.
question that nobody yet.
A lot.
Right.
And
Which
so
is
we
why
got
they
this
won't
account
allow you.
for 40 years.
Yeah.
Because you're 20 or 19, whatever it is.
NFL, y'all need to pay these boys, man. Y'all better tap into that 401k.
So the question is, how much money are they making on
Yeah.
that product to make sure that
So
you
the
get
smoke
funneled through?
is
That might be
not where it
2%.
is.
It's not where the
That,
where the
that
money
Right.
goes
is.
back to that point.
Right. The compound interest off of that It's tremendous.
Right.
Right. It's tremendous, which is why it's a multi-billion-dollar.
Because it's not just Mark Clayton.
No, no.
It's every Mark Clayton and every running back.
But guess what? All the noise is focused on how much money Mark is making.
That's
Right,
it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he's
Or-
like, man, we just paid him off the compound interest from Davis 5 years ago.
And what kind of people owns the teams and sets the salaries are the people who are on that side of the fence.
they
who
behind the
are already,
curtain. Kind of guys. The wizard. He is the Wizard of Oz.
Matter of fact, he is the curtain.
He's the Wizard of Oz. No, Jerry.
He everything.
So I have a couple of people that are economists who I listen to. That sometimes I agree with, but there a lot of what they say is that it's who owns the rails, or more accurately these days, who owns the road, who owns the tollway, and they're not making $10,000 off of me. They're not making $10,000 off Mark.
Right.
Well, maybe there may be a Mark, but it's that little it's that little bit of fee that they're collecting on every trade.
So when you're in business, right? My mentor taught me something very powerful. He said, "You want to attach yourself to a toll gate."
That's it. Yep.
So a toll gate in business is a door that no matter your socioeconomic status, you have to walk.
Right.
Billionaire, thousandaire,
Right.
zero air,
Right.
to get their vehicle registered.
Yep.
Right. What if you own the DMV?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So just think about the marijuana boom, right?
Right.
Everybody was trying to get land and get in dispensaries.
Yep.
Or an intelligent individual said, "Let me get on the prostitutory side, right?
Right.
Or let me be the one that has to issue the certification,
Right.
right?
Yep. That's what I tried. I advised a company to get into the lab certification.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
On that.
That's where the capital.
They didn't do, and they're not
Yeah.
doing it well right now.
Hey,
That's
But that's so okay. I know you want to move on.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, we
Go.
like just one more thing related to what you guys were saying earlier is that the problem with everybody else is that everybody knows that you have to do a 401k,
Right.
or that you have to invest in these types of securities because they're the safe ones,
right.
Yeah.
right? And things like that.
Then you have to
That's-
define safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Safe is a verb in most scenarios. It's a reactionary term.
Right.
So what may be safe for you might be adversarial for me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Exactly.
understanding where the game is being played,
Yep.
and then you can decide what side of the coin you want to be on.
Yeah.
A consumer or someone that's providing a service. right?
Yeah, producer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, this is it's all relative, you know. It's all relative. All these terms are relative, man. But as y'all know, I hope y'all learned something today. And if you didn't, man,
Man, I learned
you
something.
must not have been watching. You must not. Man, got some information for you right here. Hey, we talking about fear. We talking about scaring some folks, man. Go back to the Social Security card, man. Do I own myself?
Look,
Like,
if you
hold on
didn't,
now.
if you didn't know,
Security.
Oh, I'm saying,
You already got
Don't
an
say
account.
so. Don't say
You already got an account.
Yeah,
Oh, my
no, it's all good, man. Well, as y'all know, we are a sports and technology show,
Yes.
Right.
Right.
as well as anything else under the sun that we want to talk about, like money, right?
Mhm.
But we're gonna jump into this sports, man. We're gonna jump on in right now. So we're gonna start again with boxing, man. We're gonna start with the Charlo, man. Jamal Charlo. The Charlo twins down in Houston.
Mhm.
Right, both champions,
Yes.
both trained by
Yes.
the great Derrick James
Yeah.
out of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a title fight coming up. We already spoke about this. We don't think it's gonna be much of a fight. But,
Nope. It
coming
ain't.
up this weekend on the 19th. Charlo,
Nope.
Go do your thing.
Yep.
Lions only, baby. Do what Lions do.
Do
Go
it.
ahead and come
Do-
out on top like you
Do
always
what you do. You and your brother been doing it.
just don't
do
slack
it.
off because we want to see you win.
Yeah, gotta see it, man.
That's right.
And then we'll jump over to this UFC real quick, and then we're gonna jump back to boxing. So, did y'all see Adesanya?
I did.
The
I watched
fight this weekend?
I did. Yeah.
What y'all think about his the way he ended that fight, getting pounded in the leg and
bro.
I'm just
That's
saying.
incredible, bro.
That's
I'm
incredible,
saying,
man.
Man turned $750,000 into in 3 fights $750 million.
Man,
Right?
that's
Like he
crazy.
bought himself out of a contract for
Yeah.
$750,000, and then his next 3 fights made $750 million.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So-
Did it
They're
right.
about
and
to
then
turn that into
still making more.
how many
Still
kings?
making.
Still making more.
You heard what he said in his last fight.
What was
He,
that?
he said when it comes to boxing entertainment, he says I am the greatest at doing the legal heist.
Yes.
Like
Bro,
I
I
will rob you of your money legally.
Absolutely.
He said with my
Bro,
shorts
that's
alone for
amazing.
sponsorships, I made $30 million.
Man, that's
amazing.
crazy. It's the patches on his shorts, man.
Patches on his shorts.
Amazing,
Man.
bro. Hey,
He
yo,
said I
you know,
quickly made
not
200. He said for just a little entertainment exhibition, I could make another 200 million.
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, why
And
not?
And I knock you out and
not,
hold
bro?
you up.
Yeah.
And look, he's at that level where he just. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and you still not gonna be able to stop me.
And you're gonna
I
pay
can
for
do
it.
it too.
Yeah.
Not knowing Floyd
Bro.
held him up. Floyd held him up because it made more sense for his pocket.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Let me
Yeah.
keep it up because then
He's like, nah, I'ma
everyone
get
else
this.
will try. I'll
That's-
try it too. Oh, that's another check. That's
Yeah,
another check.
I,
Come
I,
on.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that.
Yeah.
Bro, that was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
it's
Hey, we got another fight coming up. Y'all think Tyron Woodley gonna hold up Jake Paul when he knock him
I mean,
out?
these Paul brothers, they trying to do something. I don't know what they
They
trying to
making
do.
money.
You know,
They
they
making
got
money.
they
They
doing their
making
thing.
They
man.
do
But,
it.
I don't
They
think.
pull the marketing game.
I'm gonna say this. Jay Paul, right?
Yeah.
He right back at it, right?
Yep.
He is taking it serious.
Absolutely.
His brother may be for the show, but I think that young man is like, you know what? I may have fallen into my niche.
Oh, Jay, he
think
gonna
so?
do this?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, I think he's like, you know what?
I can do this.
This is not just a show. I really want to get better and do better.
Yeah.
So I will be concerned, you know, once he gets seasoned.
So the difference between to me you get somebody like Tyson. Once he smells blood, he's on.
Yeah,
you're not gonna stop it.
Daggum pit bull.
Even if still got that fire to
Yeah.
like if he smells some blood.
He's going in, dog.
Yeah.
Tyron.
Yeah, Tyrone.
Oh, 1,000.
Absolutely. That's coming at the season.
Laid it off when we're talking about some other NFL. Just at the right time.
They're not really getting the revenue we really want, right? They're not bringing the show we really want on the big
Not bringing the
stage.
show. Bro.
Don't nobody know about the Valley Boys.
Right. No, fact.
Follow the money.
Donovan Mitchell, best record in the
Somebody
league.
got some money.
You know,
Fact.
Spider
Uh-huh.
Fact.
got the nickname.
He got a nickname.
They got the fit right now. We want the people
to the
in
sport.
Can the Suns? It's very highly unlikely that
But they can do
the
it with
Clippers.
What's the series?
They're saying he's out for
They're
he's
2-2.
possibly out for the rest of the series.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
of his.
stepped on Pachulia's ankle when he played for San Antonio.
Yeah.
When Pachulia just happened to slide that foot up under there on that 3-pointer,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
feel
an
you.
obvious slide foot.
It was.
Absolutely.
It was.
And
And that knee bump, you know, I hadn't seen it, but
Okay.
I wouldn't
Yeah, Jazz got that.
I wouldn't put it past anybody in the NBA. These are pros, dog. Hey, go after that knee right there. You know what I mean? Just bump it one time, see if it's good.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know.
You never
You,
know.
you never know when it comes to those things, but at the end of the day, you know, the NBA right now,
Bro,
Hey,
yeah.
Rucker Park Durant
bro.
came out.
Rucker Park came out.
He had the third greatest playoff performance in the history
History.
of the NBA last
That was
night.
incredible.
Or at least in the past 35 years since they've been keeping up with these stats.
Yeah.
Third greatest next to under Charles Barkley and Dame Lillard, which was actually unbelievable last night. On 23 shots.
Third greatest what? The past 35 years.
Yes.
And
Kevin Durant had
has a
40
triple double.
Yeah. And
50-point triple doubles.
yeah.
Triple double.
Yes. Collective
Okay.
games, not just point totals.
Okay.
We're talking about collective game. We're talking about
Okay.
steals, blocks,
just all
assists,
across the board.
rebounds across the board.
Gotcha,
Stats. The
gotcha,
third
gotcha,
most
okay.
productive game in the NBA history in the past. That's over
amazing.
Jordan. That's over
That's
Kobe.
yeah.
Anybody in the past
Shaq,
35 years
all
has
them.
played.
Played every minute.
Man.
Didn't come
All
off.
played every
Every
minute.
minute.
That was
Had to.
amazing.
Hey, he's not missing.
Pissed
The entire game. And
I
everybody, you know, going in, everybody's like, Durant's going to have to show up. Golden State, Oklahoma City.
Oh,
Yeah,
bring
the
up
big
all these
question was,
stories.
how does this affect his legacy now
Yeah.
that all these folks are out? Maybe saying some stupid stuff. I don't care.
Yeah, he is the best in the league. Period. He's the greatest scorer ever. I'm
Yeah.
tired of hearing people talking about James Harden. Durant's like, Harden, sit down with your hand.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude's a problem.
I'm like, you know what I mean?
I think Bo's natural.
Bro, it might be natural.
Yeah, I've had a chance to meet him. He is a monster.
Yeah,
He might be
Hey,
natural.
he was a bigger monster back in the day. Is all I'm saying. He was running up walls,
Right.
like straight up.
Hey.
And then home run leaders, man. I would a Guerrero. I wrote a Vlad. The Vlad dad,
see.
right? Because young Guerrero's going off right now. Kid's got 22 on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday he had 18, and he's got 22 since then.
Wow.
He
So,
heard you were tracking it. So
Hey,
he's
man.
like, man, I got to get ahead.
hey, keep it going, Vlad. Keep it going, bro. Because I'm
Now,
watching.
We about to
man.
talk about my
Tatis
guy,
at 19.
Tatis.
Tatis,
I like him.
Tatis Jr. is doing his thing.
Woo.
That's my guy.
Is that your favorite guy?
That's my guy.
I'm with
Navi
you.
died.
I like that.
Hey, Tatis Navi turning. He is the face of baseball. He busting a split in the batter's box. He busting a split on second base. Like, yeah,
They need to market this guy, man.
Yeah, bro, he's having
market this guy
fun.
some more,
He's
man.
having fun out there in San Diego, man. So,
Yeah.
Tatis has got 19 bombs, and we got Acuna Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr. out there in Atlanta,
Doing it again.
going hard, got 18, and we got a new person that's
I ain't
crept into
seen
the
Olsen.
top. Mr. Matt Olson, man. He's so new. Oh, he plays for the Oakland A's. I was about to say, I forgot who he played. Wow. But that's good. Rangers, man, y'all got to do something, man. Y'all done lost. Y'all
They are who we thought they were.
I got real excited at the beginning of the season, and now it's like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that, man?
Supporting his teams.
Does.
No matter what.
No matter what.
This is a strong market for teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
When no matter how good or how bad you are. Well, how bad you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. How bad
You're
or
gonna
how
make some
bad you
money
are.
with the
Yeah.
sports market. Right?
Absolutely. And playing in that beautiful stadium, man, people go just to go chill in that stadium because it is
It is a
beautiful
nice stadium.
man.
I haven't had a chance to be there
This weekend
yet.
was my
Check
first.
it out.
This
Yeah,
weekend was
man.
my first time
Yeah.
at the stadium.
Beautiful
It's
stadium,
really
man.
nice.
The outside does not give you any kind of indication of what the inside looks like. Outside
Really
looks
nice.
like,
Yeah. I thought it's.
Eh,
Yeah.
But the
It's
inside,
below
inside's
average.
really nice.
Inside it looks like a museum in there. It's beautiful.
really? Okay.
Due to various security related issues, we got to watch the game from multiple vantage points.
Yeah. I actually played in the game, so it was fun, man.
Yeah.
My team lost. But hey, I think it was a setup.
Bro,
Yeah.
I mean, did you at least get on base though?
Yeah,
No,
I got on base
this-
3 times.
No,
okay.
this motherfucker almost took the pitcher head up. Like,
Yeah.
you.
So
They-
Phil
they
Coke,
nearly killed the pitcher.
Literally.
yeah.
Well, then,
Hey,
there we
Phil,
go.
so Phil
So
Coke
you
was-
did your job.
I did what I could do, man. I did what I
Yeah,
could
you
do.
can't be the whole team. You know?
Yeah, you know, if it was more of me, then we would have been caught.
Exactly.
Nah, man.
Hold
So
up,
Phil Coke,
hold up.
this is my
Who was
first
that?
at bat. Phil Coke, he pitched for the Yankees.
That was Phil Coke that was throwing it, man.
Yeah. So
Good thing he
I
pitched
didn't
for the
mean to do it.
Yankees.
My first at bat, I was like, man, I just want to square
He's
a
ready to
ball
go.
up. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure I
Yeah.
come square ball up, and
Yeah.
that
Don't
bad
embarrass
boy-
yourself. Make sure you get that
It
back.
almost decapitated the man, bro. Like
that's-
it
That's his fault
it
for
was
standing
right
there.
here, and he bobbed the ball
You're
just
right.
swerved.
Let me see this. Let me see
Bro.
what you did.
Bro.
Oh,
Yo.
See,
Yo.
that was my
Yeah.
yeah.
he was trained.
Yeah.
Yes.
To do
Oh,
that.
yeah,
He played for
right.
the Yankees.
He played for the
If
Yankees.
he did not play for the Yankees,
He
would have died.
Yeah. If
He went to the
didn't have
Matrix
them
right there, dog.
Yeah.
He went to the Matrix right there,
Yeah,
man.
the
Bro.
reflexes.
Yeah,
Come
nah.
on. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. I got to, that's my game, man.
Big
Everybody that was affiliated with that game, man, that was so much fun. Can't look forward to next time, man. I think the Texas OU game coming up later this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you gonna be butting away, huh?
All right.
It's all
That's it.
strategy.
It's all strategy. Yeah. I'm an on guy.
Yeah.
Give me like, one, first, second, somewhere around there.
We having so
I
much
bet
fun,
7 or 8.
man. We
Yeah.
having a lot of fun right now,
I
man.
noticed though that
What's up?
you didn't mention anything about the College World Series,
No.
and I'm wondering if that's because Mississippi State beat Notre Dame.
Well, I didn't even know. Quite honestly.
Oh.
I typically don't watch those guys in college, man.
Yeah.
it's
I'm
just-
a baseball guy.
That's
You know,
not
I
what he
love-
says when he's
I
wearing
watch
his
my
Notre Dame
Sooners.
shirt.
The Sooners
You know,
win.
hey, it's football. It's football season,
Oh, okay,
man.
okay.
But if there was Notre Dame wearing the green uniforms, because if not, that's why they lost.
Is that why they
That's
lost?
why they lost.
The
That's
green
probably
uniform.
it. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
it.
they got they got the lucky greens. They got the lucky greens. I know you got a 130, right? Right on, right on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. So, hey, so we got a little tech talk. You know,
We'll keep
Ah,
it.
man.
it's time
we
for
got?
tech talk with Jonas, man.
We'll keep it
So
short.
We're gonna keep it short, man. and-
We'll try to
and-
keep
This
it
is the
short.
fun part right
We'll
here.
try-
Yeah,
we'll
what
try
you
to
got?
keep it
my favorite part of the show, man.
What we got, Jonas? What we got, man?
That's a good question. What do we have?
What do we?
Well, one thing that's technically this is not tech, but it's in the news, and I thought it was interesting. There's an official in India, a government official in India, who stopped coming to work, and that's, yeah, I mean, you know, it happens. But his reason for it, I thought was interesting, and I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
He says he's the 10th avatar, the 10th reincarnation of Vishnu,
Vishnu, really?
called Kalki,
Yeah.
and
I'm
that
familiar.
he has supernatural powers,
Okay.
and that he can't come to the office because he needs to concentrate on his meditations and penitence for India,
Yeah.
which it, you know, I mean, that's pretty important.
Understood.
Is crack
Understood.
an issue in India right now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Superpowers?
But I'm gonna try.
What
it.
superpowers? I'm interested. Did he disclose the
He
superpowers?
did.
Well,
or
apparently he's making it rain.
what kind of rain?
Like little
Like-
rain?
We talking
Literal,
about
money?
literal rain.
Nah,
'cause
he
I
talking
think-
about
I think
literal-
Oh,
his-
you know like
I
rain.
think his money just got cut off.
He's a waterbender, right?
He's a
water
water
bender,
bender.
yeah.
A whole water bender.
So I mean, I don't
Wait,
know.
wait.
I'm not,
On command. Is this what he's saying? On command.
well, I mean, you know, he may have to pray about it for a few days. it may be
Oh,
right now,
okay.
or it may be, you know, 10
Whenever
to,
they forecast
10
rain.
to 30 days out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's supernaturally
No doubt.
just it may take a
no,
minute
I get
Yeah.
it.
for it to kick in.
Yeah.
Over the summer, so
Again,
You're right.
Yeah,
Is it a crack problem right now in India? I'm trying
Bro.
to figure out.
yeah. I don't know.
it's
About
tough.
Yeah, that's wild.
India is have and have nots.
Yeah.
But all right, so we talked about this actually a little bit
There's a lot of-
before.
It's a class system.
It is one.
This is actually pretty interesting. They are
That's where we headed.
working on. They've actually gotten it to work a way to power like wearable devices. They're targeting medical devices. Like so,
Okay.
there's all these things for medical. But Mark mentioned before the show, we were talking about the contact lenses,
Correct.
where which is a real thing. Like
Yeah.
they have contact lenses that
Yeah.
they can get stuff to show up on there. But
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
problem is
Mhm.
it always comes back to power. It always
Battery,
comes back
baby.
to how do you power it.
Mhm.
You don't want a big battery sticking on your eyeball. So how do you power it? Well, these guys have come up with a way to transmit power from a battery pack somewhere that's touching your skin through your skin to
Kinetic
whatever.
energy.
Sounds
It's
cancerous.
like-
Mhm.
Kinetic energy.
I don't know about
Would that piece
That's
look like
radioactive.
a transdermal patch?
I don't
Kinda?
know.
They probably the
Like-
one they have now looks kind of
Ish.
like it's strapped on, so it's not stuck on,
Gotcha.
but it's
The strap on.
it's strapped on.
Y'all the strap on.
And let me catch you with the
I'm
strap on.
Thanks, Mark.
What you said? We thought it was black. Oh, I thought you. No.
We're talking about the headband. We're talking about the headband.
bad.
That was the
Okay.
headband. That was the headband.
My bad, bro.
It never fails.
Dragging the floor.
The other thing, the next step for this though, is that they say that they can pick up enough electricity to power some of these devices from the byproduct radiation of, you know, like we got phones, we got lights and TVs
Just in
and
the
whatever else.
In the
It's
atmosphere.
just in the atmosphere,
Mhm.
and they say that they can pick up enough power to through your skin to power some of these wearable devices with just from the ambient electromagnetic
Especially if you got the
radiation.
vaccine.
Especially if you had the
Yeah. Where was that Johnson and Johnson?
Like,
So
I'm
you know, I don't know if that, you know, you just
E.T. round this joint.
but
yeah. Be your own battery. That's
But,
gonna
you
be
know,
the vaccine marketing.
I got the Moderna vaccine, so I'm
2030.
good.
So my question is,
That's the rich folks vaccine.
with the contact,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be showing you all kinds of information, right?
It'd be just kind of like a phone
It's
screen,
like
but
a
on
personal
your.
heads-up
Yeah.
display.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
So
Yeah.
so where's the data going?
Oh well, you know that somebody's always going to be collecting the
Absolutely.
data.
And what are they collecting? Is it just
I mean, look, you got
Remember when I said toll gate?
Everything that's
Yeah.
going through that.
Guess
For real.
what? The new currency is data, right?
That is.
Absolutely. Well, the new
Yes,
currency,
sir.
and you know, I know we kind of running on long on time today, but the new currency, or not even the new currency, but the new toll gate, is going to be something around controlling access to data with blockchain.
100% agree.
1000%.
There's no doubt about that.
So
Yeah,
if
no
you think
doubt.
if you're thinking I'm just going to make a bunch of money by landing it all in Bitcoin, for example.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe I'm not going to say you're not going to make some money, but
Yeah.
but you're not going to make the money.
Right.
Yeah, that-
But if
money,
you
agree.
if you're
Agree.
putting your money into something that has a utility function
Yep.
that lets people build
Build into it.
toll gates.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
I like that. I like that
Yep.
terminology. I'm gonna start using that.
Yep.
Don't worry, you'll get an invoice.
You-
too.
you- yeah,
But yeah,
you go get a letter, bro. Like,
because one way or another, somebody wants to own that data. Whether
1000%.
whether we pass a law that says individuals own it, or whether we continue down the road of some corporation owns it, whether it's
Yep.
Facebook or Google or Apple. Much as I
Whatever.
love me some Apple.
The thing about data is proprietary, so I
Right.
can sell it in batches. Q1 you have it, Q2 you have it, Q3.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Same information.
Yep.
man, like a beat.
So yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just
So,
like
that's why Netflix, your favorite movie is only available for a certain amount of time because
Yep.
they just throw it to Hulu
Yep.
Yep.
and
Yep.
throw it to
Yeah.
Patreon.
That's the problem Chappelle had.
yeah.
For sure, man.
Absolutely.
Nah, bro. Nah, it's been great, y'all.
I feel educated.
Yeah, man. Hey, I say this every week, but I mean it when I say it, man. It's been one of my favorite shows.
Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah.
bro.
Like,
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
up,
man.
man.
We appreciate
Like,
you.
Had a
Appreciate
really
y'all
good
letting us
time.
be on here and talk our gibberish.
Man,
Yeah.
it's more than gibberish.
After that,
Hey,
it's-
gibberish ain't worth very much. This was a value. Hey, you could have charged $4.99.99 for this conversation, dog. Straight up, bro.
Look, man, you're already getting an invoice, and I'm
They-
already
they
getting an
got
invoice.
They got a show now too.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that right?
Yeah. So we're launching our podcast.
Yeah.
We're 2/3 of the team. You know,
Yeah.
we got three
Yeah,
guys
we
just
got
like
it.
you guys.
Yep.
good
So
dynamic.
our podcast is called On the Money Podcast.
OTM.
So you can find us on all platforms. On the Money GSP
Excellent.
is our
Making a
handle.
note of that right now.
Yep.
So you can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, we're launching our first episodes. They're gonna start airing on Monday.
Hey,
you know,
I'm
so-
following.
Yo.
You gonna follow me back?
Oh, I'm following you right back. I'm
Hey,
following you right back.
We following,
We
y'all.
following.
We
We
following
following.
each other.
So-
You know, and it's,
Yeah.
nah, it's great,
You
man.
got fam on.
Privy to the information right here, man. Y'all see they got the access. Man, access to information is what it's all about, man. And these dudes know what they're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I got to go back and read my social security card now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
straight
gonna have
up.
you looking at other stuff soon in a minute.
Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
got to, man. But
Yeah,
thank
buddy.
y'all so much for
Yeah.
coming on today.
No
man.
problem.
it,
Appreciate the
man.
invite.
Yeah.
Before we
Absolutely.
go, I want to leave you with a question.
Mm.
I love it.
What's more important, ownership or control?
Control, I guess, because you can control the ownership. I mean, is that accurate?
You're a very astute individual.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Historically, we've been taught to own it. you
Yeah.
know, But with ownership comes liability, right?
Yes.
So by shifting the paradigm, if you have control, then you control what you control.
Yes.
When you're ownership, you're liable for what you're liable.
Yes. That's kind of like the commissioner
Yeah.
versus the owners.
Yes.
Man, that's why they pay that man so much.
50 million a year. Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Goodell. I want to be Goodell.
We're still
Goodell is greater
Yeah.
than Jerry, y'all.
You know,
Nah,
I mean,
man.
we've been taught to chase the bad, but we don't chase the bad.
We
Yeah.
chase the bank.
Man, I love it.
Control the own routes.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say. We're going to leave on that note. Right there, y'all.
Chase the bank.
Chase the bank,
You
man.
don't
We're
know
going to
how-
see y'all next week, man. Same bat location. Who knows? It's going to be around 12. We don't know what time exactly, though.
Noonish.
Peace.
Peace.